Hey y'all, welcome to So Crafty with Connie. I wanted to share something with y'all that I have discovered. And if you're like me and you're making masks and you're worried about running out of elastic, well, I found something else that works. I found that fleece and knit from like an old t-shirt or just regular knit fabric will work as well. They both have that stretchiness to them, and so they work just as fine. I made one here using fleece. This is a fleece one, and the cool thing about it is that little the little sides here will roll up, and so they'll kind of roll up and it'll make it easier to go behind the ears, but it's also softer, and so it feels better too. Here are some knit pieces that I had done as well. And so I have a little cheat sheet right here. And this is kind of what I've been cutting them. I've been cutting all of them 1 inch wide by 6 inches long. Now, if you could cut them whatever size you want, but I'll show you here what happens. So I'm going to cut it about 1 inch wide here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this end off because I don't want the big thick end right there. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it 7 inches long, or I'm sorry, 6 inches long. And then what will happen is after you cut it and you pull it some, it's going to curl up just like that, and it's going to leave the ends flat, and then it curls up, and then it makes it easier to go behind the ear. And so then you would just sew it on to a mask the regular way. And I've got one here already cut out, and I'll just show you how I do it. Instead of using the elastic, you would just pin the fleece right here on one end, and then you would pin it on the other end, and then you would just sew it and like you would a regular mask. And I have another video on how to make these, and it is right there, and so you can click on there to make these. So instead of using the elastic, you can use the fleece or the knit. The knit works the same exact way, it's just a little thinner, and you would just sew it the same way as in my other video, but you would just put the knit here, pin it there instead of the elastic. And so I'll show you an example of me cutting the knit. Now this was an old t-shirt, but you can use the regular knit. I would not use the rib knit. The knit, there's some knit that's got like really a lot of ribs, and you don't want to use that because it will fray. And so here's the knit, and then I'll cut it 6 inches also. And then you stretch it and see it'll curl up too. So it does the same thing. And so it doesn't seem to fray or anything like that. Now for a man, you may want to cut it a little bit longer, but I find that 6 inches works pretty well. My husband tried one on too that I had done, and it seemed to fit him well, because when you do cut it and you stretch it, it does stretch out a little bit, and it does hold the shape. And so that's really it. I mean, it works just as good. And then to show, if you want to learn how to make these, just go ahead and go to my other video on how to sew a face mask with elastic, and then just use the fleece or the knit pieces instead of the elastic, in place of the elastic. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when you put it on with the fleece, and it just goes over your ears, just like the elastic ones. And again, it feels fine. I mean, and it's softer, and same with the knit. So I hope this helps out. And you know, this is in lieu of elastic if you're running low on elastic, which I am for sure. So anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And I hope y'all are staying safe. And thanks for everyone who's making masks for everyone. And feel free to comment with any questions or email me, flemingconnieg@gmail.com. Okay, thank y'all so much. I'll see you next time.